Hey guys, it's Mackenzie, your mommy's medium, coming back at ya, trying not to yell, but I feel like yelling is the only way my microphone works, cause surprise, 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 I'm having audio issues, again. I've been working on this for like an hour, and now I'm just gonna say, you know what, screw it. If there's weird static stuff, if there's weird background noise in there, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. I can't be bothered with this anymore than I already have. You know, I've spent an hour on this, and it's my own fault, again, because I was messing around doing other stuff other than doing podcast stuff for about 45 minutes leading up, no, not 45 minutes, for exactly 26 minutes to be exact, because I was sitting watching a YouTuber that I have some weird, creepy crush on named Dylan. I mentioned Dylan to you guys a couple of podcasts ago. He does reaction videos, and the last 2 weeks, for some odd reason, not even 2 weeks, probably about 3 to 4 weeks, I've just been binge watching his YouTube channels. He has two channels. One is Dylan Will Not Participate. The other one is Dylan Is in Trouble. And the Dylan Will Not Participate is reaction videos to music. The Dylan Is in Trouble, he just has a free-for-all. And I've been watching him walk around his parents' house, showing you all the stuff that his parents' house has while he's house sitting. I'm watching him talk about his first sexual experience. Just now, I watched 26 minutes of him binge watching Stranger Things, and I'm just watching him watch the show. Like, what are you doing, Mackenzie? It's because I'm in love with him. I'm not in love with him, but I seriously have a crush on him, and I feel so creep show because he's only 26. I had at least thought in some way, shape, or form he was in his 30s, and I wouldn't feel so bad about being like, oh, he's kind of cute. Like, oh, I don't know. Like, I thought initially that he yelled a lot, and then I realized that I was yelling, and I'm yelling right now, but like I said, I feel like that's the only way my audio issue is solving itself is by me yelling at the microphone beforehand. It's what fixed the audio issue the last time. But yeah, I feel like at first I thought he was like yelling, and then after I started watching him, I'm like, he's kind of intriguing, and he kind of laughs at himself the same way that I do, and I'm just watching him have the same reactions to stuff that I would have or I would want to have, like with a friend sitting next to me watching a music video, watching Stranger Things or whatever, and I'm intrigued by him. And yeah, like I said, I'm like, oh, I thought he was at least 30, 31, 32. He's 26. He's 9 years younger than me. I looked up his birthday. He'll actually be 27 the day before my son's birthday. But still, and that's creepy in of itself because I had to look up his birthday. But yeah, he'll be 8 years younger than me, but that's still 8 whole years difference in aging, which is not that bad considering that like Joanna is like 6 years younger than me and she's still my friend. But I don't have a crush on Joanna. I have a crush on Dylan, and I need to let it go. I really do. Except I followed him on Instagram, so now I see all his Instagram stuff too. Oh my God, Mackenzie, you have a problem. But anyway, so yeah, I was watching his stuff, knowing that I should be getting to podcast stuff, and at one point I was like, oh, this is 26 minutes. Maybe I should stop at like minute 10, minute 14, minute 16, and then I was like, the next time I looked at it, it was minute like 22, and I'm like, well, I only got 4 more minutes. I might as well just finish watching this. And I feel like that was my justice for not just saying, you know what, it's going on 11 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get your podcast out the way so you can be done, and then you can obsess over this young guy that you just have this weird crush on. I have a crush on him, I think, because he reminds me of somebody that I used to have a crush on when I was younger, and maybe that's why. I mean, the age kind of lines up. You know, he's 26. I think the first time I watched one of his videos, he was around 25. So the timing makes sense because I was in my 20s when I had a crush on that particular person. So I think that's where that's coming from, and it's just, you know, nostalgic feelings. I'm watching all these nostalgic shows, X-Files and stuff like that, that's just getting stuff brewing in my belly and making me think that I need to think about old stuff. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to woo-side out. I'm going to woo-side out because, yeah, last week, the episode for me was horrible. I hated that episode. That episode took like 4 days of editing. And I don't mean like 4 whole days, but I had to chop it up into completely different sections because I just didn't have enough time to go back, and I had to cut out areas. Like I said, I don't know if you listened to it last week, you hear me say I don't even know where I am time-wise, because I had to take stops in seconds, sometimes minutes, where I just sat and had to think about what I was saying or the point I was trying to get across. But it was just like I kept losing my train of thought, and in that meant that I had to do some really, really heavy editing. And I hadn't done that kind of editing since the first couple of podcasts, where I had to come in and move this around, move that around, so that made sense. I haven't done that in a long time. And like I said, it took 4 days. I didn't get the podcast published till Sunday, but regardless, it was published within a week. And here I am on Podcast Tuesday, recording episode 18. I'm doing it like I should. It's just I've had these audio issues, and that is made me extremely upset again. But I'm not as mad as I was the other day. The other day I was mad, and I think that's why I couldn't keep it together. But yeah, like I said, I thought the problem was resolved. It's not resolved, and I don't know other than yelling at it, because I tried beating it, and that didn't help. So I'm thinking it's the yelling that makes the podcast work. It likes for me to yell at it. It likes for me to speak loudly, which I don't like. No, I don't even say that I don't like it, but I just, after complaining about Dylan yelling, and then it's like, oh my God, am I yelling? I feel like I'm yelling. And I'm in my dining room, so the acoustics may be bouncing off the walls, and that may also be the reason why it seems like I'm yelling. I also have headphones on, you know, the whole rigmarole. But maybe I'll just take the headphones off. I don't actually need the headphones because I can't even hear myself. So let's take the headphones off. And yeah, I'm talking really loud. So we're going to pull it down a little bit and hope that the fact that I was talking really loud in the beginning fixed the audio issues, and now I can just get to doing what I'm doing without any problems. At the end of last show, I don't know if you noticed, if you listened, but at the end of last episode, I had Chicky do the little outro. And again, from watching Dylan's videos, Dylan's the one that pointed this out to me. When he had started his channel, Dylan is in Trouble, he said that he needed to figure out an intro and an outro. He was just flying by night and doing it. And that's why on his first episode, he didn't have that. And I was like, crap. I don't have an intro and an outro either. I asked my husband's friend who stays down in our basement months ago when I first started the podcast if he could help me out with a song, a theme song to start the show, to end the show, especially after I took out music that I was using from actual artists, because my husband scared me into thinking that somebody's going to actually try to sue me for my Rinky Dink podcast. But I never followed up with him on that. I just said like, oh yeah, I'd like a song. And he's like, well, what do you want? I don't know, like something up tempo or something. And I left it at that and completely forgot. But there's little Chicky at the end with his chick speak, as we call it. I didn't realize how unclear he does sound until I listened to him being recorded. He was also sick, so he didn't make for a good audio participant because he just wasn't feeling it. And I just kind of forced him. So I'm going to see if maybe I can get him to do an intro this week. And it'll be a surprise to me, not to you. You're listening to this right now. So if there was a recording, you heard it at the beginning. If not, then I'm going to try to figure out something to get it together. But yeah, other than the audio issues and all that kind of stuff, everything else is going pretty decent. I'm going to take a midweek spin class, which I am blown away that I'm going to do something like that in the middle of the week. I've never, ever taken a class during a weekday. Joanne and I have been for the last 2 weeks taking the spin classes on the weekend. We're pretty consistent about it and just trying to get ourselves motivated to do this on a weekly basis. And we said, you know what, we want to do a weekday class, mainly because we had the Groupon. The Groupon was about to expire. We had like 6 or 7 classes to use up by this weekend, but the owner of the company actually extended our classes, so we don't have to do this. But now I guess it's in our minds that we were supposed to try to do a midweek class anyway. So now we're going to go ahead and do it, and we're doing it tonight. And I'm kind of pumped up. I'm kind of not scared, but like apprehensive, because it's at 7 o'clock at night. That's when I start like shutting down to get ready for bed. 7 o'clock is pretty late for me. And I'm like, what do I do for food? Do I eat beforehand? Do I wait until after? because I found if I ate before the spin class, if I didn't time it just right, it made me sick to my stomach. So I don't know. I'm jazzed and I'm pumped, but at the same time I'm scared because am I going to have enough energy to do this? I've never done a nighttime class, so we'll see how it goes. Also, something to make mention of, I got my polypeptide cream. The peptide gods obviously heard my prayers, heard me talking about how much I wanted this cream, and told my husband via Joanna to buy this cream for my birthday. And I am so jazzed. I got it already. My husband's not the type of person when he buys something that's supposed to be a surprise for birthday, for Christmas, for anniversary. He's not the type of person to hold it right until that day unless he purchases it on that day. Otherwise, the minute he purchases it, the minute it comes in, he just says, here you go. He doesn't know how to hold, I guess the phrase is hold water. He doesn't know how to hold water. He doesn't know how to keep secrets like that. I think he's kept a secret like that maybe once or twice from me, but it's not something that he's actually really able to do. I will make note that the one time he was really able to do it was the time he purchased me a car. Yes, people, he purchased me a car. Cute story. It was around Christmas time. He said that we were going out to a restaurant. I said, what kind of restaurant? Do I need to dress up? Can I dress casual? He was like, oh, just dress nice. You know, you always dress nice. I'm like, that doesn't give me anything to work with, but whatever. So I'm like, okay. We go and he's like, you know, you have to be blindfolded. I'm like, what kind of restaurant is this? Like, am I being like led to my death? Like, am I going to die tonight? I don't want to die for a good dinner. And yeah, he led me to the car dealership, and that's where they had my car, and they had a bow on it. It was in the showroom, and people were there, and it was ultra embarrassing to have all those people staring at me, but at the same time it was really cool, and I was really surprised that he was able to pull something like that off, not telling me that he was actually going to the car dealership, purchasing the car, and then holding it. I don't even know what the timeline is between the time that he purchased the car and the time that he brought me to the car. I think it was probably the same day. I don't see him doing that a week in advance. I really don't. He's just not that kind of person, like I said. But yeah, so he said, here's your birthday, and I got some nice eyeshadow from Urban Decay. That's his go-to when he's getting me a Christmas gift or a birthday gift or something like that. He always gets me the newest of the new of the Urban Decay eyeshadow, because you know I love my eyeshadows. And yeah, my polypeptide cream was in there, and let me tell you, people, I have only used this stuff not even 10 times, and I am in love. I am in love with this polypeptide cream. I'm going to give it 30 days though, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a review for you guys along with the review for the Glow Pro. I decided this weekend that I never have a chance to do my nighttime routine when it comes to my face. Although the night that my husband gave me the polypeptide cream, my ass was in that bathroom at 9:30 washing my face so that I can apply it. And I woke up the next morning with the most beautiful glow. I love this cream. But anyway, I decided this weekend that instead of trying to do my nighttime routine and do the Glow Pro at night with my nighttime routine, I'm just going to move the Glow Pro routine to the daytime, so that I can actually do it for 30 days to give a really good review of the product itself, because I've got it during Christmas time and I haven't even used it 10 whole times. So I can't give a really good review based on 10 times in between the last 3 months. I really can't. So I said, even though they tell you that you're supposed to do it at night when your body is normally doing its collagen and cell turnover, I'll just do it during the day, because I know during the day I have time on my Mondays and Wednesdays. I have time to devote to doing it on my face, doing it on my abdomen, and doing it on my butt. I'm trying to get my stretch marks to go away. They say that they can help with that. Let's see. I don't know. But I figure if I do it Monday, Wednesdays, and then Saturdays after spin class, because normally, I say normally, I've done this 2 times. After spin class is usually when I jump in the shower and I can go ahead and get all my routine out the way. I can do a bubble mask and all that kind of stuff. So Monday, Wednesday, Saturday is when I'm going to do the Glow Pro, and I'll do a review 30 days from now. So look for that in April. And also look for the polypeptide cream review. But like I said, I haven't even used it, only 2 handfuls, not even 2 full handfuls of time. And I love it. And I'm already looking on the website at all their other products. I am coveting the C Firma Day Serum, which is their version of a vitamin C serum. But oh my god, if you thought the polypeptide cream was expensive at $68, The C Firma is $80. $80. That is a lot of dollars. Oh my god. But it's supposed to basically replace my vitamin C serum and my hyaluronic acid, which I just ordered this weekend, not thinking about it. I just was like, I want a hyaluronic acid, especially since I'm going to be doing the derma rolling, the micro needling on my face. So I want a hyaluronic acid to see if that could help boost the results. And yeah, the C Firma is going to replace both of those, but it's still almost 3 times the amount that I would pay for 2 of those items that get replaced every maybe 3 months. And this is only 1 fluid ounce, so you're only supposed to use it during the daytime, first thing in the morning, so maybe it would last a long time, but still, $80 is a lot of dollars. But yeah, Drunk Elephant, oh my god, I am going to be a customer for life with this kind of stuff. And yeah, and other than that, my birthday, yeah, my husband got me that for my birthday, because my birthday's 5 days from now. It's 5 days away. It's such a short time. I'm actually pumped up. I'm actually really excited. I didn't go into 35 excited about it. I don't know why. I won't even say it was like, oh, I dreaded it, I hated it, or anything like that. I don't know, I just didn't feel good going into 35. Going into 36, I feel good. Even though I had some emotional stuff that was, boggling my mind the last couple of weeks, and maybe it's my hum pills. Maybe the Moody Bird pills are actually helping with my peace of mind and helping me get into 36. I don't know, but we'll see. By the next time I talk to you, I'll be a full year older than I was today. And no, I'm kind of excited about it. I don't have anything planned. I always loved having birthday parties. I've had a skate party at 24 years old. I've had a laser tag party at I think I did that on my 29th birthday. I like doing fun stuff like that. It's just harder when you have friends with kids. It's hard when you are a parent yourself to get stuff together like that, because then you have to coordinate babysitters and all that kind of junk. So I think I'm just going to do a nice simple birthday, some dinner, maybe a brunch or some sort, and just call it a day. But yeah, that is it. That's what's going on in my life. Again, I can't tell time-wise how I'm progressing with the show, because I spent a full, I don't even know how many minutes, yelling at the microphone, trying to see if I can get it to work right. Such technical difficulties. But yeah, we're going to jump into today's episode. First and foremost, we are going to do what I'm calling my movie maven section. I actually got to see Black Panther last week. I was so excited to get this done. I watched it after giving blood. I told you last podcast that I was trying to donate blood. I like to give blood around my birthday. I don't know why. It's a weird ism for me, but I actually ended up donating blood, and then promptly went to go see Black Panther, which is not a good idea. I won't do movies and giving blood on the same day unless I reverse the order ever again, because of course you're trying to drink liquids to stay hydrated and all that junk, and then you're going to go sit in a movie for 2 hours. It doesn't go good. It doesn't go good at all. But yeah, I got to see the movie, and I actually made a pledge to myself walking into the movie theater that I was going to see at least one movie every Thursday for the month of March. That's my pledge to myself, because there's a lot of good movies that have come out this month and that are about to come out this month. I'm going to put those on my list. On my list currently are Annihilation, Ready Player One, and Game Night. I really want to see all of those movies. Ready Player One comes out the last week of March, so I won't be able to get to see that until last week. But Game Night is out and Annihilation is out, so I think those are the next 2 movies that I'm going to go see. Game Night features one of my favorite actors of all time, one of my biggest crushes, Jason Bateman. Oh, I love me some Jason Bateman. So stay tuned for those. Maybe I'll do some review on those as well in the next coming weeks. Now, I just have a bone to pick with this. First of all, when did we say that it was okay to show not 3 to 4 previews of a movie, but 8 full previews? If my movie starts at 12:30, I don't want my movie to actually start at 1, because you have to show me 8 previews. That's a lot of freaking previews, people. Who deemed this appropriate? Who said that this was okay? Now, movie theaters have it where you're choosing seats, so I can go to the movie theater right on time and get my seat and not have to worry about it, but I still have to sit through 8 previews? 8 previews. Way too many. But basically, you have Mission Impossible, that's coming out in July, which I actually really want to see. Jurassic World, The Fallen World, which, that sounds weird. Jurassic World, The Fallen World? I might have written that down wrong. I think I wrote that down wrong. But anyway, that comes out on Chicky's birthday, and I know he's going to be ultra excited about it because he loves Jurassic Park. I don't know any other 3.5-year-old that wants to sit and watch dinosaurs eat people all day long. This kid does. It's the weirdest thing, but we actually ended up watching it yesterday because he really wanted to watch it. And I'm like, yeah, aren't you afraid of this movie? Doesn't it make you scared? Nope. Cut to the end of the movie where the 3 dinosaurs are like basically beating the crap out of each other, and this kid is singing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Creepiest thing in the entire world. I might have to get him checked out. But yeah, then there was also a preview for Venom, which I'm really stoked about, even though the preview basically showed you absolutely nothing. They could have just not even shown me a preview because they really gave you absolutely nothing other than the fact that it's Venom. That's it. Deadpool comes out in May, which I'm excited about. Rampage looks like it's really cool. It has my boy The Rock in it, but I'll probably wait for DVD for that. But yeah, I mean, there was like 400 stupid previews, and they're not stupid. I mean, I'm glad that I saw them because I'm like, oh wow, these are movies that I actually want to see. Solo, I don't like the actor who's portraying Han Solo, but whatever. I don't know him from Adam. I just don't like his look. I don't know. It's something weird about how he looks. He just doesn't seem like a young Harrison Ford to me. But anyway. But yeah, it's like you have Solo, you have Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like, yeah, I'm glad that these movies are coming out, and I'm glad that I actually have a date for them as well. But still, I don't want to sit through 8 freaking previews. Just show me the previews of movies that are about to come out maybe in the next 2 months, and leave it at that. I don't need to know about Venom that's not coming out until October, and you obviously haven't finished editing it, and that's why you leave so much out of the freaking preview, because it's not even ready. It's not ready at all. So don't even show it to me. And it's in October. I'm not going to remember that right now in February, that Venom is coming out in October. Like, come on, people. But anyway, getting back to Black Panther. I am all about this movie. This movie was bomb. It was one of the better Marvel movies that I have seen in all time. No, just kidding, not in all time. It was one of my favorite Marvel movies that I've seen in recent years. Marvel has a consistency of always turning out blockbusters. I have no beef with Marvel. DC, on the other hand, we'll talk about that another time, but Marvel is always consistent, and this is going to be ranked as one of my favorite Marvel movies. You basically start off where Captain America Civil War left off, with T'Challa's father passing away, and now he's going to take the throne. Now, one thing I will note is that if you've seen Captain America Civil War, which we went back and watched it this weekend, we didn't even really finish it, because I was like, I just wanted to get a feel for the character. I was supposed to do that before I watched Black Panther, but I completely forgot. I ran out of time, all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to get a feel for the character and see how he was in that movie and see how he transitioned into the Black Panther movie himself. And yes, the characters to me were not the same. He is a different T'Challa in Captain America Civil War than he is in Black Panther. Basically, and I can't say that I'm giving you spoilers. I'm not going to give you any spoilers about the movie itself, about Black Panther. But Civil War came out almost 2 years ago. So if you haven't seen it and I'm giving you spoilers, boo-boo on you. But yeah, in Civil War, T'Challa's father, the previous king, gets killed by who they think is Bucky Barnes. It's not Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, it's somebody else. But when T'Challa gets information that leads him to believe that it's Bucky Barnes, he's like, I gotta kill this guy because he killed my father. But when you're in Black Panther, that same guy is more level-headed. He's not as quick to jump the gun. He's not as quick to say, well, I have to get revenge because that's just how I feel about this particular subject. I have to get revenge. He's like, well, maybe we should sit back and think about it. Maybe we should look at the ramifications. Maybe we should do this. They're about to go on a mission to find a character who kills one of the general's parents. Now, that's as much as I'm going to give away as far as spoilers go. But they're about to go find this particular person, and he's like, yeah, he killed my parents. I want you to either kill him where he stands, or you bring him back here to face trial. And T'Challa's like, yeah, I'll bring him back here. Like, okay, the T'Challa from Civil War would have been like, nah, dude, I'm gonna kill him and I'll bring you his head. Like, that's how I feel that T'Challa would have been, as opposed to this T'Challa. So I do feel like the character made a particular shift, and I'm sure that they had to do it because of how the movie plays out. Again, I'm not going to do any spoilers, but because of how the movie plays out, he has to be more level-headed than the T'Challa that you saw in Civil War. So if you have not seen this movie, but you have seen Civil War, don't go in thinking it's going to be the same T'Challa, because it's not. It's not a completely different version, but it's a more level-headed version of T'Challa than you saw in 2016's Captain America Civil War. But yeah, the movie blows my mind. The scenery, the action, it had comedy, the music, of course, is on point. If you have not heard the music from the Black Panther album, you have to get it. It is not child appropriate, I will say that. My son and I were listening to it in the car, and there's a song called 10, or X if you look at it. It's that whole X thing that gets on my nerves. That's supposed to be 10. It features Kendrick Lamar, and he's like, are you on 10 yet? Are you on 10 yet? And I'm like, yeah, chickie, this song is tight. Are you on 10 yet? But then he's like, F the place up, F the place. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You gotta turn that song off, because I'm telling my son to check the song out, and he's gonna be talking about F the place up. And he's not just saying F the place up, he's actually using the full word. So we can't listen to Black Panther together while in the car with my son, obviously. So that's one of those, when mommy's by herself, she can listen to the album. But it is a really good album. Check it out. There are some family-friendly songs by The Weeknd and Kendrick Lamar. There's a song with Kendrick Lamar and SZA. Here's another example of SZA being featured on somebody else's stuff, and I like it so much better than when she's featured solo. I hate that about her, or how I feel about her, but yeah, she's really good on that song. But anyway, the music is on point, the character's on point, the character development is on point. There's a couple of different times some characters I feel like go against their type or what they would actually do, but you know, you need that to keep the story going. But other than that, the movie itself was more than I could ever have dreamed of. There were so many brown faces, so many black faces on screen, and it just made me so happy. It shouldn't be a big deal. You know, I know a lot of people are out there, mainly of the lighter skin persuasion, that are like, I don't understand why it's such a big deal. That's obviously your privilege talking. But to somebody like me, somebody who's brown, black, whatever you want to classify me as, when you see superheroes and you see movies, TV shows, it doesn't matter what it is, cartoons, I still get pissed at when I don't see a brown character of some sort. If I don't see an Asian, a Hispanic, a black, it infuriates me, because it's 2018. We should have more representation in films and TV shows than what we have. And for this movie to be, what, 97% black, it is just mind-blowing. And it's not even 97% black because, oh, it's a period piece about being slaves on a farm. It's 97% black because the people are coming from Africa. And it's a beautiful thing. Now, I will say, it does touch heavily on the unbalance that Black Americans and Africans face towards each other. It does touch on that, and I really dug that it actually kind of brought that to the surface so you can see it for what it is, because there is not a power struggle, but there is quite of a struggle between Black Americans and Africans. I don't know what it is. I know myself, I've said like, oh my God, this African dude, I'm about to punch him in his face, and I know he feels the exact same way about me, because, you know, I'm a black female in America. I can speak my mind. As a matter of fact, we're known for speaking our minds, and a lot of traditional African men do not like that. Now, in Wakanda, an African woman can do whatever the hell she wants. She can do damn near anything. The guards in this movie are all females. They guard the king, they guard the prince, they guard the princess, they guard all of Wakanda. That's how glorious the female is represented in this movie. And what better way to celebrate International Women's Day on March 8th than going to see Black Panther and these women in all their glories just kicking ass and guarding people. Like, what do we need men for? Yeah, there's men in the tribes. Yeah, they do what they do, but the women are the ones who are guarding the actual city. That is bomb to me. By the way, they're called Dora Milaje. And I already decided that this year for Halloween, Chicky's gonna be Black Panther, and I'm gonna be Dora Milaje. That's just it. And this will be the second time in my life that I've played a character that Denai Guerrera has played. This woman is badass. Every character she plays is a badass, and obviously I have to represent a badassness for Halloween. So we're gonna be Black Panther and General Okoye. So mark my words, people. You heard it here first. But yeah, I thought that the movie did a lot to represent African culture, black culture, females, black females, and the heartache and the strain that it is to be a black female. Like the black females in this movie, Lupita Nyong'o and Denai Guerrera, and I don't even know if I'm saying her name right. I looked it up multiple times, and other than actually watching a video with somebody talking about it, I didn't have a chance to do that. But I'm hoping I'm pronouncing her name right. But anyway, these two lead the movie, and all the action sequences is phenomenal. It's so great. And of course you have Chadwick Boseman, who's just great in the role of T'Challa. We went back and watched Civil War, and I'm like, man, he looks hella young. Like, he must be in his like late 20s, maybe in his early 30s. This dude is 40 years old. He is starting this character at 40 years old, and he looks very young and very fit. And he's a very attractive man, I will say myself. What is wrong with you, Mackenzie? Oh my God. 36, I'm going into being like real feisty. I don't know what that's about. But anyway, I give Black Panther 4 out of 5 stars. And I say 4 out of 5 stars. Of course, I'm singing its praises throughout this whole time. The only reason why I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars is because there were just a couple of plot holes in the movie that kind of make you say, why didn't they just do it like this? Or why didn't they just do it like that? Well, if they had done it the opposite way, then there wouldn't have been a movie. That's the problem with that. Although there were one or two that I'm just like, if they had done it, they can still have the turmoil, but other stuff would have been kind of cleaned up a little bit. So there were just a couple of different things that are just like, you could have done without that, or you guys could have changed that. But other than that, I mean, it was a great movie. It is one of those movies that I will be glad to show my son. You know, there are very few black superheroes that my son can look up to, and he's half white. I get it. You know, there's always that stigma of like the half white kid. Can you claim black if you're half white or whatever? But I still think it's very good for him to have a black role model to look up to as far as superheroes are concerned, because there are few and far in between. There really are. And I'm not just talking about black people. I don't know any Hispanic superheroes. I don't know any Asian ones. You know, that's kind of ticking me off too. But it is a sign of the times that a movie like this, before it even came out, was getting rave reviews. I think it's like 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. Target's already sending me emails about pre-ordering the movie. I'm like, I just saw the movie last week. How are you already doing pre-sales? They already know it's that much of a hit. So, and I think that you will think that it's that much of a hit too. This one is a winner, and it would definitely be on my top movies of 2018. Moving on to my Ooh Girl section. My Ooh Girl section is really getting some love in these last 2 podcasts. In this week's Ooh Girl, Jessica Jones returns on Thursday, March 8th for season 2. I'm really excited for it, but at the same time, I have something to confess. I didn't finish last season. I didn't finish the last season of Jessica Jones. I know. It's horrible. I got, I think, maybe 3 episodes in, and then I got distracted by something or whatever and just stopped watching it. Why? I'm not sure, because it was really intriguing. It made me say, oh my God, I want to watch Nick Cage now, because I think at the time Nick Cage was just about to come out. And no, I just never followed through with it. So I really need to get up on it so that I can go ahead and start binge watching season 2. Now, season 2 has a collection of 13 episodes, all of them directed by women, which is another high five for the International Women's Day. I'm kind of wondering whether or not that's the reason why they're having it released on March 8th. If that's the reason, that is just so damn dope. All 13 episodes, all female directors, a female protagonist on International Women's Day. I think that would be so dope if that's how they actually lined it up. But like I said, I'm only 3 episodes into the last season. I think at this point, because I started last year, I should probably just go back, starting from the beginning. Because if I start on episode 3, just like I was complaining to you about the X-Files and having 2 years in between the last time that I watched the episodes, I know I'm going to bitch about the fact that I don't remember anything from the first 3 episodes, even though I feel like when I was watching it, the details that they were giving you in those first couple of episodes wasn't much other than her meeting Luke Cage and kind of finding out that there's something different about him as well, and them trying to figure that out. And then that she had some weird thing going on with some guy. I don't know. Yeah, I'll just go back. Because, yeah, I'm already like, wait a minute, what was that about? What was the lady in the penthouse that was like a reporter or something? See? I'm already thinking about it. So I'm going to go ahead and probably save it for the summer. I'm not even going to put it on myself, the weight on my shoulders, to say I'm going to start right now. I'm going to start once my regular shows are through, just before the summer, and then I'll go ahead and binge watch Jessica Jones. But after I do the Jessica Jones thing, I have to move on to The Defenders, because The Defenders already came out in August. And I binge watched Daredevil last year. I loved Daredevil. I got through season 1 and season 2. It's one of those things that they call a slow burn. My niece can't stand Daredevil because she's like, it's too talky. And it is very talky in the beginning, in the first couple episodes, especially season 1. Season 2 is a little bit more action-filled. So if you're not the type of person who likes talky stuff, I do. I like a lot of character development. I like a lot of build-up to figure out who they are and why they're doing things, especially when you're doing it in a TV show platform. I feel like you need that. In a movie, you can't do it as much because, you know, you only have 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, if they want to really go ham on it, to learn about a character. But in a TV show, you need that character build-up. And with the way that TV shows are built now, back in the day, 22 to 24 episodes. I talked about that a couple podcasts ago on how that was how you learned about a character. Now they're doing 6 to 13 episodes. That's not nearly enough time to really get a good feel for characters and whether or not you're going to like them, whether or not their intentions are good, and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, Daredevil was a slow burn, and you got to work up to that. But I really did dig Daredevil. Iron Fist, my sister was watching Iron Fist last summer when we went to visit, and I wanted to rip my eyeballs out. I don't care about Iron Fist at all. I don't even want to think about watching Iron Fist. I just want to watch the first season of Jessica Jones, hit up Luke Cage, hit The Defenders next, and then go to season 2 of Jessica Jones. So I'm really excited. That's probably going to be my entire summer. It'll probably be my entire summer catching up on all of these shows, because these are 13 episodes. Not a lot, but that's still a pretty decent amount of episodes. The Defenders only has 8, so not as long as the new season of Jessica Jones and the previous season, but that's still a lot of episodes at 45 minutes to an hour a piece. So let's cross your fingers that I'll get to watch those this summer, and I'll come back at you and let you know how I felt about them. And to round the show out, can you believe it already? We'll do a Have You Heard That Beyonce dissed Tiffany Haddish? What? This one blew my hair back. Like, literally, like, if I had a section of my hair that could just, like, flip up off of my scalp, that's what it did to me. I was like, you say what? So the way this all came about is DJ Khaled released a new song off of his upcoming album, Father of Assad, or Assad's dad or something. You know, he's in love with his child. Like, his son is like his pride and joy, and everything has to do with Assad. But anyway, he has a new album coming out, and he released a song on March 2nd called Top It Off. Now, Top It Off features Jay-Z, Queen Bey, and Future. The song is really tight. As a matter of fact, I haven't heard the whole thing, but I did hear a snippet of it when it was released on Friday. And then in my spin class on Saturday, it was a Jay-Z centric class, so most of the songs were nothing but Jay-Z, and it did feature this song. The minute I heard it, I was like, oh my God, that song just got released yesterday, and she's already incorporating it into her spin class. This lady is on fire. But anyway, at the time that I heard this news, I hadn't heard the entire thing. As a matter of fact, I still haven't heard the entire song because I've just had other stuff going on. Basically, Beyonce, in her verse, raps. She does her rapping, as Beyonce sometimes does, saying that if you want to hang with her, you need to sign an NDA. And I'm like, okay, what does that have to do with Tiffany Haddish? Now, no one knew that it was actually Tiffany Haddish that she was talking about. They might have speculated, but nobody really knew. It wasn't until Tiffany took to Twitter later that day to say, I loved the Beyonce part. Everything she said rang so real to me. Just know I will sign an NDA any day for Beyonce. And then she links it to the YouTube video of the song, which is hilarious because she could have just said, oh no, it has nothing to do with me, I'm not going to say nothing. But this is Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish has a big mouth. Tiffany Haddish is hilarious. You know I love her. She is the last black unicorn. That is one of the books that I have on my want to read list. She's awesome in every way. But the fact that she actually came out and called herself out for being on Beyonce's song, because hell, you know what? Even if Beyonce's dissing me, I'd probably call myself out too, because it's Beyonce dissing me. But she said, but also know, I will fight for Beyonce. I love that woman. She is a gift from God. Okay? She has no hard feelings. She doesn't care. And the reason why she's sending so much love to Beyonce, and the reason why that Beyonce is quote unquote dissing her, which is, I think is unnecessary. She didn't have to put that verse in, but whatever. She's Beyonce. She can do that the hell she wants. But they're saying the reason why Beyonce put that particular verse in is there are two different occasions where Tiffany Haddish and Beyonce happen to be at the same party. The first occasion is some party where Tiffany was getting into altercation with another girl and was about to fight. So she said Beyonce came up to her and was like, hey, first of all, your wig is all kind of crooked. Let's fix your wig. You know, you acting crazy and your wig is all crooked, which that shows best friend goals. And then she went on to tell her, like, hey, we're all here to have a good time. You should have a good time and don't worry about outside sources. So basically Beyonce saved her from getting into a fight. And she's Tiffany Haddish. If you go on her Instagram, anybody that she meets that's a celebrity, anybody that she comes in contact with, she makes it a point to speak about it. She loves it. She loves the fact that she's coming up and getting recognized, and that being recognized gets her to meet these people that she's always grown up watching or listening to or what have you, Beyonce being one of them. On her Instagram, she has 3 pictures, 3 of the same picture of her and Oprah taking a selfie together. This is how silly she is. She's basically the incarnate of what I feel like I would be, but I'm trying to be like real low key about it. But she's the high key about it. I'm low key. I would take the picture and just show it to my friends. She's a high key and is like, I'm gonna post this bitch 3 times just to let you know that I met Oprah. And that's how she is with most people. I think there's a video where she's at the Oscars and she's like jumping over a rope to meet Meryl Streep. That's Tiffany Haddish at her core, at her essence, and I love it. But anyway, so you had that first meeting with her and Beyonce. She has a selfie with her and Beyonce. It's not Beyonce's whole face. You know that it's Beyonce. But it's a selfie of the two of them, and Beyonce kind of like, her face is halfway covered up. And then another selfie of her and Jay-Z. But then there's a second party that they attended at the same time where Tiffany saw that Jay-Z was talking to some actress. She didn't actually name the name of the actress, but the actress was putting her hands on Jay-Z's chest, which all women know, and if not all women, all black women know, that's somebody trying to step up on my man. You don't touch people's body parts without trying to get something back from that. I had to do the same thing way back when my husband and I started dating. He had bought a drink for a female that one of his friends was trying to talk to, and unbeknownst to him, she started flirting with him. He didn't understand because he's not good at social cues. My husband is a dummy when it comes to social cues. But I see from afar that she puts her hand on his knee, and I'm like, oh, hell no. So I have to come over there and, assert my dominance and say, hey, he has a girlfriend. Well, he bought me a drink. Okay, that's fine that he bought you a drink, but I'm telling you he has a girlfriend, so keep it moving, sweetie. And she did, and she had a little attitude, and he got a little attitude because he's like, what, I just bought her a drink because, I won't mention the friend that he was buying the drink for her for, but he was talking to her and her friend, and he went off with her friend, and my husband felt bad. Like, oh, okay, well, here's your consolation prize. I'll buy you a drink so that you don't feel so bad. Not thinking that would make it seem like he's trying to buy you a drink because, well, hey, I'm trying to get at you too. But anyway, I understand Beyonce going up to this female and saying, like, hey, back off. No touching allowed. No touchies. Let's keep our hands to ourselves. Let's be respectful and keep it backed up. But Tiffany went and told everybody about this story. I hadn't even heard of this story. And the only reason why I did hear about this story was because of Beyonce's rap about the non-disclosure agreement. So that's what everybody's speculating, that that's the reason why it's about Tiffany Haddish, is because Tiffany saw something that transpired between Beyonce, Jay-Z, and another female, and went talking about it. And Beyonce is a very private person. Her and Jay-Z are very private people. Yes, she made a whole album talking about how he cheated on her, but she did it on her own terms. Not somebody else coming from behind and saying like, oh, well, I saw this and I saw that. She was able to do it on her own terms. But yeah, don't be sad. There is no bad blood between Beyonce and Tiffany Haddish. Yes, she did diss her, quote unquote. I don't even think it's dissing. She threw a little shade at her. She was a little pissed off about it, and rightfully so. You know, I don't want anybody telling my business that has no right to tell my business. I get it. But yeah, there's apparently no bad blood between Tiffany Haddish and Beyonce. Of course, Tiffany is still kissing the floor that Beyonce walks on, but Beyonce extended an olive branch by inviting Tiffany to her exclusive party that her and Jay-Z throw every year after the Oscars. So obviously Beyonce is not really that mad about it. She just had to put her little 2 cents out there. And if it wasn't Tiffany Haddish, we would probably still be speculating on who she was talking about. But because Tiffany threw her own self under the bus, we know who it is. And obviously, again, there's no bad blood because she said, you can come hang out again. And Tiffany's like, okay, I'm going to the party. I'm going to the party. Where my NDA at? Where my NDA at? I love Tiffany Haddish. I'm going to come back in the next life as Tiffany Haddish. But that's it, people. That is this show. Let's hope. And that lets you hope for me and I hope for myself that everything turned out okay. I can't take another week of having to do so much editing. It's my birthday weekend. I don't want to spend all weekend in front of a computer trying to cut and edit and trying to take out sound and all that kind of stuff because, you know, I'm a perfectionist. But still, it's my own fault. I know. But let's pray to the Wakandan gods that this all works out the way that it needs to. Follow me on social media. I am on Facebook and Instagram as Mommy's Media Medium. I am on Twitter as Miss McKenzie, and I'm on Snapchat as CoolChica311. Catch me next week where I'll be doing a review of Justin Timberlake's Man of the Woods versus Maroon 5's Red Pill Blues. And now I'm going to go and hope that I don't have any audio issues and go binge watch some Dylan because I love him. Until next time, guys, and until the next time I'm a year older, I'll be a year older.
My mommy I'm talking now. This is how, yes.